ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
Uplift Deion Sanders, who revealed today in a press conference that he had bladder cancer and his bladder had to be removed. And all this was going on during the NFL draft, and he didn't tell his sons. He told them he had to go in for something about his foot. He didn't want them to have to worry about the outcome, but he announced today, Deion Sanders, coach of the Colorado Buffaloes and former coach of the Jackson State football team, college football team as well, 57 years old, Hall of Famer, football player, baseball player. He announced that he has beaten the cancer after his bladder was removed. But he looks very drawn, very thin, very thin. But, you know, as Deion Sanders is always going to put some Jesus spin on it. He's going to put some good spin on it and also deliver a message. We have a clip, Smiz, right? I sent you that. I sent you a Deion Sanders clip. Let's play that first clip. Okay, let's play Deion Sanders.
Now, I depend on depend. You know, if you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up and go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there waking up, you know, like my grandson. We in the same thing. You know, we got the same problem right now. We going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real, it is real, it is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real, okay? I'm just telling you right now, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see the practice, you're gonna see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know it's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about him revealing so much. At the same time, you know, we need to know that people are going through things, and we live in a world where there's such a it's so weird. There are people who are, you know, surgically removing all evidence of their age, you know, going to the knife, sucking out all the fat, getting rid of all the wrinkles, you know, doing all of those things to look different, putting on whole new faces on top of their faces and BBLs and all this. At the same time, we know too much about everybody and what they're going through. But I'm glad that he's revealed this, because I think particularly with Black men, they do not go to the doctors. Y'all not taking care of yourselves at the level that we need you to take care of yourself. And I get it. It's scary because they can give you a diagnosis that you have bladder cancer, as they did to Deion Sanders. But what's the alternative?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting too, because I think America being the youngest country, we have a fear of death and an obsession with immortality. I think that goes beyond so many other countries. Like, we are at once in denial that we're all going to die, but at the same time, we want to live forever. So we're constantly making these decisions. And I think also when you see guys like Deion Sanders, prime athlete of my lifetime, you know, top 5 athlete of my lifetime and not number 5, you know, when you see somebody like that, you think they living forever. They did all the right things. They've been excellent examples of blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, mortality come touch them too sometimes. And so maybe he's using himself as an example to spread that awareness to people, for brothers to go to the doctor and stuff. Cause, you know, I think you're right. We can be so hypocritical. We see somebody who looks sickly or they lose a lot of weight too fast or whatever. And there's jokes, speculation. We don't know what's going on in their bodies. And at the same time, you know, and we do it in a way that would make people feel ashamed to come forward and be like, yeah, I'm going through something, because people are judging. And at the same time, when people die too early in our minds, we're like, why didn't you go to the doctor? You got to stop, tell the people what's happening. Like, man, I don't know how you navigate this world, but props to Deion Sanders, who also found a way to possibly drop that he might be dating Karuchi Tran in the video that he posted. Yes.
What?
She's in the hospital when he about to go into surgery.
Karuchi's there. Karuchi was there.
Family ain't even there, but Karuchi was just in there. I said, did he just soft launch a Karuchi Tran relationship on us? That man is gonna always be prime time.
Let me tell you, Karuchi's giving me life in The Shy. She's playing a nymphomaniac. I think that's her addiction, because she's in an addiction group. And I think her addiction is sex. But she's now probably gonna be the nanny to the 15 children that
oh my God.
She was also great in Claws. Karuchi's legit.
She was great in Claws. I loved her in Claws.
Now, so
it was just real, like, because he don't mention it. You just see like a video and it's like
there. She could be,
maybe
she's with Shiloh. Maybe she.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna mind my business, but it would totally be a prime. That would be some Deion shit to be like. Also,
I'm wearing a diaper and I'm dating Karuchi now. Take that. Yeah. So, listen. Can I ask you a question? Because I was out walking today, and I was wondering, thinking about Deion, and at what point? Because I'm also seeing you working out. You know, you pushing weight, which I'm so happy about. But the first time I saw your picture, I was like, I didn't know that you were as large as you were. And was there something? And I've asked you this before, but was there something that people could have said to you? Because the people around you, you know, they love you. You know, I don't know too many 400-pound 50-year-olds, right? Like there's the mortality rate for someone. We just, we see these, we make fun of my 1,000-pound life and all of this.
Right.
It's a spectacle for us to watch, Honey Boo Boo and all, but but the reality is you don't live a long time carrying that kind of weight. And so that you're doing something, I applaud you, but I was wondering if there was something somebody could have said, because it's also the frustration as I've been battling these 25 pounds and it's a fight. And I'm like, at some days I'm like, why am I working out? Why did I deny myself this whole 2 weeks? I denied myself. I get on the scale and my scale's like, no, I am holding on. And I'm like, well, what I got to do? I done put in 13,000 steps yesterday. I done ate clean for the last 2 weeks, no sweets, nothing. And then I'm sitting here on the same number. And the frustration of that can make you go, what's the point? But in my mind, I'm like, I got the next 50 years to continue. I'm going to battle these 25 pounds. Me and you, I'll see you after school at 3:00 every day. We're going to just fight until you giving up, But I had to come to that. I had to come to that because there is a defeated kind of like, I'm doing all of the things and it's still not working. And and I'm having this conversation with you because a friend of mine went and she said she lost weight. And I was like, oh man, she said, well, I cheated. I took the semaglutide and it works, girl. It works. And it made me want to be like, should I do that? And I don't think it's cheating if you need it. But at the same time, I'm like, then what? Like maybe it's a good jump start, but like, I just want to have this fight and win.
I think with a lot of that stuff too, it's like between those people and their doctors and themselves. There's some doctors that are going to be like, oh, you want to lose 10 pounds? Here's this prescription. But my doctor was like, here's the changes you should make. Here's some things you can do before you, like, medicine's not the first thing with her, but whatever she approves and suggests, I trust my doctor. So I'm gonna do what she says. I'm not gonna because I once again, it's a hypocritical society. We make people feel like there's wrong ways to do stuff. So if your blood pressure was high, you can change your diet, you can exercise, you can lower it. But also in the meantime, you haven't done that. So if your doctor were to say, here's some blood pressure medicine, you should take it and you should still make those other changes. Like you can do both at the same time. I'm taking my blood pressure, but also I'm eating less salty foods and I'm going for a walk. There's no reason to feel any shame in any of that, in my opinion. but we make people feel shame. So what happens? Ultimately, we make people feel shame. I know people who have high blood pressure go, well, I just won't go to the doctor, or I got diagnosed this medicine, but I'm not gonna take this medicine. I'm gonna figure it out through my diet. It's like, but you can take the medicine and still do the diet thing. All you've done now is just be unmedicated and have high blood pressure and be at risk of all the things that come with that.
Things that come with it, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just think we're in a catch-22. We sell the most medicine. Our so like it's not like it's not like our society isn't putting its finger on the button. We're trying to make money off of selling you the medicines. We also don't really monetize the cures and the healthy lifestyle changes. So that there's something to it, but I think at the end of the day, the shame of it is what Deion hit on, and for me, it's what I would hit on. Nothing about shame ever made me want to lose weight or work out or any stuff. So like shame, if anything, always kept me from doing stuff. Like shame kept me from going to the gym. I was like, I'm too big to be in the gym. And I see these videos online and people are laughing at big people doing the weights, or look at how they don't know how to do the machine. Ha ha ha. And so that stuff gets in your head. And meanwhile, once I got into the gym, I literally have never had an experience like that. I've only had positive experiences on being around people and the encouragement of different people coming over and saying, like, I see your progress. And the other thing is, like, I don't just measure weight because I think weight can frustrate you. Like right now, my weight has kind of plateaued for a while, even though I'm gaining muscle and I'm still working out 5 days a week. Like nothing's changed on me. I have not stopped the process. I'm still eating right, but my weight's plateaued for a little bit. Your body starts changing, metabolism changes, all this stuff. I have a nutritionist. I have my physical trainer. But the thing is, like, the weight is a good accountability tool, right? It's a measurement. But like, so is your blood sugar, so is your blood pressure, so is how fast can you do your walk this time compared to the last time? What's your endurance look like? How much weight am I putting up now compared to a year ago? So I think there's a lot of measurements, and we get stuck on weight because we're just a society that's very much about shame. Weight is the outward thing. Like you can't necessarily look at me and tell I'm stronger than I was. But you can.
I saw what you were pushing up. That's why I was like, oh,
right.
Mess around. Don't you come for ride.
Right. It's an outward thing, to see that. But there's people I'm sure that wouldn't assume I couldn't do that. So like, I would say that's it. And Deion coming out and saying that, I think is a powerful moment. And a powerful reveal that he might be dating Karrueche Tran. So
at the same time, with a diaper on, come on through.
Right.
So listen, thank you for that. I think about the majority of the people who listen to this program are men. I had to share that with somebody because they were like, there's a lot of men sliding up in my. I said, well, Sirius XM is the house that Howard Stern built. So
right.
The majority of people who are like, people don't even put that together. It's sports and Howard Stern. The fact that we have as many women as we do is a testament, I think, to the programming here. But it's a male-driven satellite. This is, they just put a WWE channel. That's not for women. Like it's
right.
It's a very male. So for me, it's the men that are listening. Like we need you to be here. The fact that y'all are paying for radio says that you care about certain things. Is also though, I feel like we will do the things. The outward things, we'll get our hair done. I'm talking to women now, or even brothers. We're gonna get edged up, whatever, and completely ignore our arteries.
And also I think another reason to not get too caught up in weight is that there's so many people that fit the like what we call the normative your body, but if you look at what they're putting their body through, smoking, drinking, certain drug use, like other risky behaviors, even if you have a certain aesthetic, America, we're such a materialistic, like physical world. We're like, oh, they are living life. They are just doing good. But then if you were to just take that same, like another person who's 50 pounds heavier, but if they go to the doctor, their blood pressure's like this, we'd be like, no, that person need to lose weight. I know it's sports, but I truly do think like the way people talk about Luka Doncic.
Yes,
it's in a way it's very fat phobic. Like he did just lose weight. He just got.
I was gonna say he's on Men's Health right now.
Right.
But think of
people like think about it. What we're saying though, Because we're saying a man who took his team to the finals when none of us had him doing that 2 years ago. He was ahead of schedule. We were like, this boy is one of them ones. And he lost in that finals. And it's like the second they lost, he was like, he fat. He can't do nothing. Who he think he is? And it's so interesting that like he had to be a prime athlete to be able to do what he did, because Anthony Edwards be looking gassed at the end of the playoffs every year. He be looking like, whoa, I cannot wait to get back on these baby mamas. I'm done. I'm ready to go home. And I'm like, man, it's so interesting, because if we found out Anthony Edwards hitting the hookah every night, drinking himself, into stupors, we'd be like, yeah, but look at how he look. Like, he looked like Michael Jordan. He's great. Luka is clearly a great player, and we're like, but he don't look the type. And now that he's lost that weight, watch how we're gonna change the story. He could put up the exact same stats. We're gonna be like, he lost that weight and he is doing it.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back, and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow.